Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's what day is it? It's day 8. I'm really confused about these dates not being the same as the date. I find it confusing. But we're here, we're moving, we're connecting. So today is day 8 and there's a gap of 5 days now. From Wednesday to Sunday, I'm doing a seminar. So I will be back next Monday. So you have the option of going back through old versions of Sunday yums or taking a break or whatever it is that you do. And I'll be back next Monday. Today we're going to rise and radiate. So we're going to do some sun salutations, some standing, and take all those principles that we've been moving into in our spines over the last week or so. So come lie on your mat and we shall begin. So landing in, arrive onto your mat. Feel the floor beneath you. Noticing your left shoulder, noticing your left hip. Notice your right shoulder. Notice your right hip. And when you feel into the footprint of your body into the floor, like as if you were lying in sand and you could leave an imprint into the sand behind you, what kind of an imprint is it? Is one side heavier? Is one side lighter? Is one side bigger? Is one side smaller? Or are there places in your body that feel bigger or smaller, heavier or lighter? For me, it's mostly one whole side of me that feels lighter and smaller. And then the other side feels bigger and heavier. Notice for you what it is. And then bring your awareness from the top of your head to your sacrum. Just the length of your spine, your midline. Taking a few breaths, feeling that deep center line. Maybe as you inhale, you breathe into your midline. As you exhale, you really sink into the midline. Just feel that in this moment. Nice. And then notice your heart. How is your heart? As you lie here, what's the felt sense of your heart? The feeling tones, the sensations. Nice. So feet are hip distance apart and reach your right arm long beside your ear over your head. And then bring your left elbow a little bit out to the side. And then drop both knees down towards the left. And then come back up to center. And same side again, both knees to the left. So my right arm is long beside my ear and my left elbow is on the floor. So just rock both knees to the left. Both knees to the left. How does this meet your rib cage? How would you open into or lean into the rib cage to allow a little bit more movement? Maybe you reach into your fingers as you drop your knees down. Drop your knees down to the left, pause there. Feel like you're opening into your ribs, lengthening. And then roll over onto your left shoulder and bring your right hand sliding along the floor just in front of you. And then roll back, pull your right elbow down towards your right hip. Slide your fingers over towards the left side. I'm going to keep my head looking towards the left as I pull my right elbow down towards my right hip. My knees are staying over to the side. And draw your right hand over towards the left. Keep looking at the left as you pull your right elbow down. Pause there. So my right elbow is moving towards my right hip or my right foot. My knees are over towards the left.
Well, you can, if you want, reach towards that right foot with your right hand. How would you touch your right foot with your right hand? Breathe into that shape, that lengthening. I'm looking towards the left. My fingers are reaching towards the right foot. My knees are towards the left. Nice. Come all the way back up to center. Other side. Bring the left arm long beside your ear. Right elbow to the floor. Drop both knees to the right. And come back up to center. Both knees to the right. Come back up to center. Where are you meeting this? Both knees to the right. Center. Both knees to the right. Pause there. Alrighty. Reach into that left arm. Open into your chest. Feel like somehow you're meeting. I want to open my chest towards the ceiling a little bit more and elongate and yawn into that side of my chest, creating space, creating openness. Nice. Keep your knees over towards the right and then slide your left hand over towards the right. Keep looking towards the right. So your knees are to the right, your face is to the right. And now slide that left hand behind you to bring your elbow down and then forward. Pull your elbow down behind you and then forward. Feel it in the ribs and in the armpit. Pull your elbow down behind you. Forward. Last time. Pull your elbow down behind you. You're still looking towards the right. Your knees are towards the right. And then reach your left hand down to imagine that you can touch the left foot. Like, I have no idea if I'm like a million miles or 1 centimeter from my feet here. But I'm really just feeling like, there's my foot. Oh, that's so funny. So just feel, how do you reach towards your foot with your fingers? How do you open into that side of your chest, side of your neck, shoulder, collarbones? Nice. Come all the way back up to center. Feet push down into the floor, roll up along your spine, lift your hips. And then roll all the way down, land on the floor. I'm just going to move this plant. So every night that plant gets pushed over this way because Joseph goes out and sits in his freezer of water. The freezer of water is just out on the deck there. So he goes from the sauna, which is near my feet, and he walks across, opens this door, but when he opens it, the plant moves. But I don't really notice it until I'm lying on my mat and suddenly there's this plant over my head. So land on the floor. Back to this, what we're doing. So feet are hip distance apart and your arms are long beside you. And then as you rise with your hips, I want you to lift your arms and drop your arms overhead. And then as you lower down, I want you to bring your hands beside you as your bum drops to the floor. And again, rising up, lift your arms so they drop to the floor above your head. And then come down. So you have to coordinate that your bum and your arms land at the same time. Rise and drop. Nice. Rise, bring your arms overhead, and now pull your elbows down into swan. So now you're pulling your elbows towards your hips along the floor. Reach your arms long, bring your bum to the floor, bring your arms to the floor. Nice. Reaching up with your hips, up with your arms to the floor above your head, and then pull your elbows down into swan. So your elbows are moving towards where your hips would be. Feel, what else? Notice that in your shoulders, in your neck, in your whole of you. Reach long into your arms, drop your bum down. One more time. Rising up, drop your arms overhead, hips are high, and then pull your elbows down into swan. Stretch through your arms and reach your fingers towards your heels. You're not going to touch them, but you're just reaching towards your heels, squeezing through your bum. My arms are just floating a little bit off the floor. I have this sense of really pulling my fingers in the direction of my heels. Pause. Lower your bum to the floor and just rock your knees from side to side. And then interlock your fingers, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. As you drop your knees to the right, reach your arms to the left. And as you drop your knees to the left, reach your arms to the right. And they don't go very far. Your arms will get stuck. And feel the stuck feeling. Maybe bend your elbow to get around the stuck feeling. So I'm going to turn so you can see it. So as my knees drop right, I'm going to bring the left elbow down. And as my knees drop left, I'm going to bring my right elbow down. My head is following my hands. Elbow down. Elbow down. Lift your feet off the floor, bend your knees, and do the same movement, but elbow goes down as your knees go in the opposite direction. Elbow goes down as your knees move in the opposite direction. So as my knees go right, my left elbow comes down. And as my knees go left, my right elbow comes down. Head follows your hands. Super. Roll all the way over and push up into your downward dog. So the freezer thing, he also has a freezer. He got it from my mom and dad. And so he fills it up with water every 2 weeks or so. He has a filtration system, a bit like that's in an aquarium. And it's at 0.5 degrees, so just half a degree above freezing. And so he goes from his sauna, and then he sits in the freezing water, and he goes back into the sauna, and then sits in the freezing water. Each to their own. For me, the river in the morning is cold enough. The river at the moment is 15 degrees. It's really beautiful. So bend one knee, stretch the other leg. Bend one knee, stretch the other leg. I was out teaching tango last night, and so I can feel it in my legs, in my calves. And just bend one knee, stretch the other leg. Bend one knee, stretch the other leg. Nice. Walk your feet forward. Walk your hands back. Slowly come all the way up to stand. Wow, cool. So, stand to the front of your mat. Push down into your feet, stretch through your legs, squeeze your bum, rise through your spine, pull your fingers down in the direction that they're dropping in. I've just fallen into the plants. I'm going to stand here. Reach your arms wide, palms come together, looking up, reaching up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest, look forward. Hands to the floor, step your right foot back. Pause, right leg is long. Step your left foot back. Pause. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Rising up, lift up through your chest as you look forward. Bum is squeezing, toes are lifting. Nice. Push back into your downward dog, all the way back. Legs are long, heels are pulling backwards. Lengthen your right leg up towards the ceiling. God, these plants are so dangerous. And then step your right foot forward, whatever way you do. Whatever way you get your right foot forward. Pause, right leg long, hips are dropping down towards the floor. And step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. Reach your arms wide, palms come together, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. Pause. Back leg is lengthening. Front knee is deeply bending. Step back into your plank. Drop your knees to the floor and drop your belly to the floor. Rise, looking forward. Squeeze through your bum as you reach into your toes. Nice. Push back into your cat pose. Push all the way back into your downward dog. Pulling back through your heels. Find your calves, backs of your knees, backs of your thighs. Lengthen your left foot up towards the ceiling. And step your left foot forward. Whatever way you do. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. We're going to do it again. So, reach your arms wide, palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest, look forward. Hands to the floor, step your right foot back. Pause. Drop your right knee to the floor, left hand, left knee, rising up, and then sweep your right arm across into elephant. So my right arm is just beside my cheek. My right arm is over towards the left side. Maybe bend the front knee a little bit more. Just breathe into that right side. Nice. Sweep your right hand behind you and then hold on to your thigh. Lengthen your left arm into elephant and lean backwards into it. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Stretch your back leg. Step back into your plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Rising. Squeeze through your bum, lift through your toes. Rise. Nice. Push back. All the way back. Downward dog. Creating length through your body. Pull back into your heels. Stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling. Bend your right knee and imagine that your right foot's going to come towards your left shoulder. Nice. Sweep your right foot forward. Whatever way you do. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Last side, bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back. Drop your left knee to the floor, bring your right hand to your right knee, rise up. Sweep your left hand across, elephant. Maybe sink a bit deeper into your hips. Nice. Sweep your left hand behind you, hold on to your left thigh, and bring your right arm across your face and lean back. Nice. Both hands forward to the floor, step back into your plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Rising up, look forward, push back, downward dog. And just have a pause, have a deep sense of connection, a moment. And then lengthen your left foot up towards the ceiling. Bend your left knee and imagine that your left foot's going to come towards your right shoulder. Nice. Step forward. Whatever way you do. Step forward. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. Come sit on the floor. Legs long in front of you. Roll your shoulders. Bring your right foot out towards the right. And then reach your right hand towards the left foot. Drop your head down. For me, I feel this in the back of my ribs and the back of my waist on the right. I feel it a bit in my right knee as well, that it's working. The right groin, the right buttock. So whatever you're feeling, breathe into it. Feel it in your shoulder, in your arm, in your neck. And breathe deeply into that place. And the thing is, it's not about not feeling it, but it's when you do feel it that you really create movement in that place. Don't get stuck, don't get rigid, don't get small. Expand into the sensations. Nice. Other side. Bring your left foot out towards the left. Bring your left hand down towards the right foot. My right hand is acting as scaffolding here. How deeply can you breathe into this shape? Nice. And come back to center. Bring your hands forward in front of you and then reach wide with your arms. Sweep the back of your hands together and then scoop them towards your heart and forward. Wide. Back of your hands together. Scoop towards your belly. Forward. Wide. Back of your hands together. Scoop towards your heart. Forward. Wide. Back of your hands together. Scoop towards your belly. Forward. One more time. Wide. Back of your hands together. Scoop towards your heart. Pause as you offer forth from your heart. Wholeheartedly, tenderly, hold your heart in your hands. That sense of, or imagine that you're holding your heart in your hands. Closing your eyes. Nice. Draw that in, bring it to your heart. Perhaps you feel gravity and levity, that sense of your midline rising like a force up through the middle of you, like the way sunflowers rise in a field or a tree rises. It's called geotropism. I remember somebody once saying that theotropism was this rising of the human will, or the sense of us rising towards God was the idea. And so whatever you want to call that yourself, rising towards nature, higher power, inherent forces of the universe, whatever it is that you are inspired by, just pause there and just feel your levity, the rising force in the deep of your midline. Get a sense of your heart. How quiet can you be with your own heart?
Nice. So come lie down if you wish. Just sit there with the quietness of your own heart. I'll see you all on Monday. So there's a 5-day gap because I'm teaching or assisting on a seminar. And I'll see you all on Monday for day 9. The 17th, I'll be back. Enjoy your week. I'm going to have a really nice time. I always really enjoy the teaching and the assisting and the whole field of community and connections. So see you tomorrow. Those of you I will. There's some of you that I will see tomorrow. And then the rest of you I'll see you on Monday. Okay, ciao, ciao, Slán.